what it boils down to is that we get stuck in these traditions.
Okay.
That this is what I want, this is what we've always had. And then when you try to switch it up, people get in their feelings because they go along to get along, but they really don't want to get along because it's not what they really want to have.
Welcome to this edition of Real Talk with TAS OnJerya. I hope everyone is doing well. It is Christmas Eve. And so I know folks have that hustle and that bustle going on. And you know what it's like. It's like last minute, oh, I didn't get this. Last minute, I didn't get that. And it's like, how on earth am I going to get all these things taken care of? You know, I am hopefully on the home stretch. And hi, Angelia, it's good to see you. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you? You got my ribs ready. I saw
Sure.
you earlier.
Yes, I got your ribs ready. Compliments of Cedric the Entertainer and Anthony Anderson. You know you special, girl. You know you special.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am. Because I ordered my 2 bottles of AC barbecue sauce from Amazon, and I chose to use the Caroline wine, which is the mustard-based one, on your ribs.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you. Shout out to
After you
Cedric.
told me and said that I need to bring your ribs, I'm like, what are you talking about? Because, I didn't know what you were talking about. It's like, well, how am I going to have ribs if you don't bring them Christmas? Oh. So, like I told him, I said, you told me that I needed to, and it was just like towards the latter, it probably was after last Tuesday, so probably about Wednesday, Thursday last week, that I'm going to have to do your ribs. I'm thinking, that's a little late. People putting in these orders late. That's like putting in an order for a cake. You need to pick that cake up today, and you put that order in yesterday. Come on now. Come on.
You had time. You love me so much. You made it happen, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, I made it happen, but I'm telling you, it was rough, guys. It was rough. I was in the kitchen all day because I slow cooked them in the oven. So it's like all day, and I'm like, I'm like, well, no, it's not done yet. And I'm like, oh, it's not done yet. And I'm like, please don't let me forget them, and then they'd be too done. Then I have to go out amongst those people to get some ribs and get them followed.
It was a lot of people out today, honey.
Oh, I didn't know. Hi, Destiny, Destined 4, and I see we've also got, is it Sarithiak? I'm probably mispronouncing it, but welcome to you too, and thank you for joining us. You said there was a lot of people out today, Angelia.
Yes.
What were you doing now?
Because your mother.
My mother.
Your mother. Speaking of being voluntold, your mother at the last minute was like, "Hey, can you bring me a cake?" Now, I'm so glad she can see the look on my face because I'm like, honey, why you didn't mention this like over the weekend, last week? How many times I done talked to you? And now you want to talk about it. Girl, she said just bring a cake. Don't make sure it's not a chocolate cake. Oh. I said, honey, who eats chocolate cake anyway?
But when did she ask you to bring this cake?
Yesterday.
Oh, 2 days before Christmas.
Yesterday. Can you pick up a cake?
All my troubles seem so far away. I think that's what the lyrics say. But anywho, so it was yesterday.
It was yesterday.
Well, my song, what's my song? That aura just be all on me. It won't 2
years ago.
It won't 2 years ago. The promises was all I heard. Okay. So, it should have done it 2 years ago. You'd have been ready.
Absolutely. But she said, if you stay ready, then you don't have to get ready. But I'm like, honey, I am not the one hosting. You're hosting. So you need to let people know what they need to bring in advance.
She did.
So we can properly prepare.
She told you yesterday.
That was
So
too
you had
late.
today to make it happen.
Well, we made it happen, and I better not hear no complaints about it, because in the words of the late and great, woo,
Sandy Rattler.
girl, I will grab my pocketbook.
Here, step on
Okay.
out. That's what she said. She grab her purse and step on out. So
Okay.
wait a minute. So you gonna grab your purse and your cake that you bought and step out.
Absolutely. And step on away, honey.
Oh,
Because
them
you don't
things
have to eat it. Mama
look
quick to
like that.
say that, you don't, your money didn't buy it, your money didn't buy it. So you don't have to eat it. And I'm going to say the same thing. I paid for it. So if I want to just take it on with me, it shouldn't be a problem.
I'm telling you, I'm looking forward to. Look, it's gonna be a comedy hour. It's look like I'm gonna have Tiffany Haddish, Anthony Anderson, Said the Entertainer, Chris Rock. Uh, I'm gonna have a lot of good people in the house tomorrow. Look like y'all gonna have it rocking and a rolling, and that's gonna be before Dick Clark's rocking you. It's still rocking New Year Eve or whatever
It
they call it.
is.
So, it's like you already got geared up
I am
for a good time.
definitely in the holiday season. The cheer, what is it? That good old, I'm in it.
You in it to win it.
I am very much in it. I don't know to win it, but
Okay.
I'm in it. The holiday cheers
The
will
holiday.
be cheering.
Okay. Obviously, we are in great spirits.
We have to when we come around family.
You really do. And I did a whole series that I've been putting back out to support people with Felicia Brookins Kelly Brookins, I think, but Felicia. And with Tanika Gibson and Dr. Shonda. Oh, I blank on it. I blank on Shonda. But I've been putting pieces out every day, and the actual interviews on my live guys, on my IG, and we did a whole series talking about the winter blues, dealing with family dynamics, at the holidays, and dealing with death, also of loved ones, during the holidays. And I can see that it's much needed. And I've had some great feedback from folks, and I appreciate those who have commented on the clips that I put back out. But, on a lighter note, because that's heavy, but I can see, Angelia, that you are already in the holiday spirit. I know that when family come together, it can be fun.
Of course.
It can be exciting, and I can tell that you're already excited. And I'm just glad that you're bringing out the humor side of me, that comedian side that a lot of people don't get a chance to see. So I'm just so thankful that you've already got that side of me out for the whole world to see.
You're welcome, because you're going to need it on the drive home. So you're welcome.
Why am I going to need it on the drive home?
Oh, the drive home, like actually to get there. Because then, when you get there,
Oh,
you
I see
have to
what you're
breathe
saying.
in, breathe
Oh,
out.
I see what you're saying. I'm gonna need all that humor to get me there, and
Right,
to
right.
set the stage so that when I get there, I'll still be chipper. Is that what you're trying to say?
Absolutely. Because that's what we need. What the world needs, love. Love, sweet
Love,
love.
love is the only thing that
Yeah.
I to the. I mean, yeah. Well, let me just be. It would not. Now, you guys know, it would not be the holidays if you didn't have your family dynamics. No matter what they are, they're your family dynamics. And, we have a love-hate relationship with them, but the holidays wouldn't be the holidays without them. So, we love them.
Oh,
We love them.
yeah.
So, I mean, because what else you going to do? It's a love-hate relationship. You might as well love them.
Might as well.
Mm-hmm.
But no,
Well,
we're gonna have a good time. Oh, by and
absolutely.
by. Oh, my nose is moving when I'm talking. Do you see?
You see your nose. Is that what you said?
I did. I said my nose is moving
It
as I'm
is
talking.
sort of moving. I don't know why. It's sort of like when The Rock does, the pecs move. I was sort of noticing that your nose was moving. I didn't know why it was doing that, but okay.
Let me find out. I don't learn a new trick and didn't know that I needed to learn a new trick. Okay.
Well, you don't have to show us that trick. Every trick it's not for further, it's for consumption.
I don't know where that came from, but okay, I needed to stop because it's not cute. But no, like in all seriousness, coming together as a family is always the good with the bad, the happy with the sad. And I really do look forward to it, because again, it's an opportunity for us to come together once again for, some fun, some laughter, entertainment. And I'm sure that we're definitely going to be in for a treat because it's never a dull moment in the Smith household when we all come together. It's never a dull moment.
Oh, good to heaven, what a joyous. I'm butchering that will be.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
butchering that one. I don't know. I would have been like this offline. But yeah, there is never a dull moment because we're all so different. And anytime it's like a buffet.
Yeah.
And everybody bring their own favorite dish. And because you tell people to bring their own favorite dish, it don't matter that it's Christmas. They're going to bring their favorite dish. And when you look out, you got Christmas food, you got non-Christmas food, you got stuff that people have for New Year. Somebody done brought some fish. Somebody got some smoked sausage because it's those people's favorite dish. And you have to figure out, okay, because I did tell them to bring their favorite dish. Now this is messing up my table, but okay. So how are we going to make sure that everybody's dish is honored so that this meal goes off and everybody enjoys it? And that's what it's like when you bring family together because everybody comes with their own experiences, their preferences, and then sometimes my preferences may, they may kind of butt heads with your preferences, OnJerya.
Right.
But we have to still figure it out because, like I said, it's a buffet, and everybody wants everybody else to try a little bit of everybody else's food. Because how by the time you do that, you're sampling. By the time you take a tablespoon of this one, you got a whole plate, and it's like, how much more am I going to be able to eat auntie's potato salad? Well, I believe I can eat some more potato salad.
I think we're supposed to be having that.
Mama making potato salad too.
Yeah, she gonna make it.
She making that from
Yeah,
scratch.
She making it from scratch.
I'm serious, guys. I'm serious about all that because that is really what family is like when we come together because we all bring the essence of who we are. But now we talked about people overdoing it too with the series with Felicia and Dr. Shonda and Tanika. I struggle with overdoing it for Thanksgiving because that's my holiday. But this year I did not. I didn't have a struggle at all. Because one, I won't plan to cook for Thanksgiving. And then once I realized I was cooking for Thanksgiving, I was able to really keep to, it was enough. It was a lot of stuff, but it wasn't a lot of stuff because it wasn't everything that I would normally prepare. And so I was able to keep to that. And I'm going to be honest, guys, I was not tired. I wasn't worn out. I enjoyed Thanksgiving. I enjoyed my family coming. We ate, we talked, we laughed, we did a couple lives. It was enjoyable to me because I didn't enter the Thanksgiving day and interactions worn out. Whereas normally I'm just beat. I don't have nothing else to give. And when I don't have nothing else to give, you don't necessarily like what I'm giving you because I ain't got nothing else to give. So, I may not be giving the right stuff. So, it concerns me, but, I've learned one thing about grown folks. You got to let grown folks be grown folks.
Stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane. They say you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make them drink. And it's like, you're saying that she's doing a whole lot. She is. And she's going to do all this stuff from scratch. Okay.
Your mother, when she ran through that menu, I didn't say anything because, at this age,
at your age.
You just
The
learn
hard way.
to just say, mm-hmm. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. You don't do too much dialoguing, because see, when you start dialoguing and questioning the why behind it, and listening to them like, oh, I waited to the last minute, and you don't want to agree nor disagree, because see, if you
Oh,
agree,
that's a problem.
you in trouble.
If you
If you
disagree,
don't,
there's a problem.
it's gonna be a problem. So you just be like, Lord,
Say
what you don't
nothing. Say
say.
nothing. Just listen.
You don't say. Yeah, she named a whole laundry list of stuff that she's preparing, and I'm just like, I mean, who's coming to dinner? And she'll be like, you are,
Sidney
honey.
Poitier coming?
Is he what?
Is Sidney Poitier coming? Guess
He
who's
must
coming to dinner?
be. He must be coming and bringing the family
Didn't
with
Bernie
him too.
Mac remake that also? Didn't Bernie Mac remake Guess Who's Coming to Dinner with Ashton
Like
Kutcher?
with Ashton Kutcher and I can't think of who the daughter was.
Yeah, I like Bernie. I
Yeah,
like Bernie. I watched his show. I liked him. But yeah, so you ask, I guess who's coming to dinner?
I did, and I think she got offended because I
Yeah,
asked.
why did you ask that?
Because it was the
When are people
fact
gonna
that she was
understand?
naming all, girl, you didn't hear all that stuff she was naming.
When you gonna learn when it's the holiday season, ask no questions. When it's a family gathering, ask no questions.
Sometimes you
We'll have to bear no
have to ask
blame.
them questions, because when you don't ask them questions, you gonna hear about it after the fact about, oh, I'm so tired. Well, nobody told you to cook on it.
Nobody told me that the road would be easy.
Yes, yes. So I don't know it's gonna be a good time. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a variety of food,
But it sounds
and
like Mama's gone back. I'm serious about this, because you shared with me what she was preparing, and now you're telling me potato salad. And maybe you had told me that too, but it just won't clicking.
it
You know,
won't.
because I used to be the potato salad tester. I was her sushi chef, and so I know how she is about making potato salad.
Yeah,
So the potatoes got to be cubed the way that she like them. They
absolutely.
they can't get too soft
Nope.
because, as she would say, that's mashed potatoes. If you got a problem with that, um, you're gonna have to tell her if she needs more celery because she don't do celery seed.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to tell her if it needs a few more onions and pickles and egg. Do we need more mayo? She don't put mustard in her potato salad tonight, do I? You salt, pepper. Making potato salad, because I learned to cook with my mom. Making potato salad for Gloria B is no easy feat.
No.
Now, nothing that you cook for Gloria B is an easy feat. Her mac and cheese, the noodles got too soft. Mm-hmm. Okay, mama. Uh-huh. But it sounds like what you're saying is mama is going back in time, back to the future, and she is pulling stuff that she hasn't cooked in years. Because did you tell me her plan was to bake a cake from scratch?
Yeah. Well, she not gonna bake it from scratch.
Oh, she's not doing it from scratch. Okay,
You
okay.
know, Roberto, our father, suggested. Well,
Or did she make
I
it from
don't
scratch?
even know. And the thing is, I don't even know why she would listen to him. But it's okay. I just let people be. He said, instead of buying the cake, why don't you just bake the cake? Now, in my mind, I'm
In my
like,
mind.
if you bake the cake versus buying it, I mean, that's more manpower versus if I just go to the store and buy it. It's already made. Like, I just pick out which one I
Now,
want.
Andre, I'm not trying to call you out. Have you ever baked a cake
Oh,
from scratch?
no, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you
Have you ever,
didn't. You
yes,
tried
I did.
it.
Have you ever baked a cake?
I have, which is why I'm like, I don't think that she should be over there. Now, she not going to bake it from scratch, per se. She going to, use the box and docked it up. But it's still the fact of like, why are you choosing to bake? If the cake has not already been made,
2 days before
it's
Christmas
time
in
to,
our house, guys. Let me say in our house, because see, Mama, she don't bake. That should have been baked. The latest should have been Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, because she don't want it to be old food either. So it would have been Monday, Tuesday, been eating it 3 days later, you know. But also Daddy was suggesting. I got it confused. So that's how this stuff goes wrong. So thank you for clarifying that, because I certainly don't want them getting me. So you were saying that he had suggested that she bake it from scratch.
Right.
I thought she was saying that she wanted you to buy that cake, and she was baking a cake from scratch.
I have bought a cake, and she is baking a cake.
His communication's not clear. So you was trying to get me to think that she was not baking a cake.
No, she's still baking the cake, and I have bought a cake.
Okay, so what I thought originally is the truth. Nothing but the truth, so help me God. Right?
She's doing the most. That's the problem. She's doing the most, and then she's going to be complaining, I don't feel good. Well, nobody told you to do all that. And why are you listening to him?
Huh?
Why are you even listening to him?
That the road.
And I know they're going to see this and be like, well, why you didn't say anything?
If you brought me this far to leave me.
If I had said something, would you have listened?
Isn't it amazing how people, I'm serious about that. I'm serious about everything. But isn't it amazing how people want you to give, now I'm different, guys. Let me say that. But it's amazing to me how people want you to tell them the information, but then they ignore the information.
Right.
And then get mad that you told them, but they wanted you to tell them, but then they get mad. Right. Now I said I'm different. I am different, but I'm only going to ask the information of people that I trust, because I trust their opinion. Now that means that your mama don't trust y'all opinion. No, I'm not saying that, but that's not necessarily what she want to hear. And years ago, and she gonna see this, I said to her, well, Mama, why do they ask me my opinion if they don't want my opinion? Right. And she said to me, they want you to tell them what they want to hear. And I said to her, I can't do that. I'm not gonna do that. And I was on the spot live. I probably said it all wrong, but hi, thank you for joining us. Because I told her, I said, I can't do that. I'm not gonna lie. And I couldn't lie when I was 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 20, 21. I'm definitely not lying now. Because again, as I say, I'm gonna have to pay for that in the afterlife. Right. And there's enough stuff I'm gonna have to pay for. I'm not gonna be paying for stuff that I didn't have to pay for. So that means you have to be careful who you talk to, because you gotta know these people actually want to hear what you have to say, or do they want me to tell them what they want to hear? And I'm gonna be honest, because I can't be nothing but honest. I'm thinking about Samuel L., and I can't pull the line from Long Kiss Goodnight. You know, he Ernest in some place, and he's somebody else in another place. I love Samuel L. Excellent movie. But, you know, I have to be honest. I have to be an honest person, because otherwise, think about it, it's going to take more out of me to not tell you the truth and come up with something that you want to hear, when I just really should have told you the truth. And I just, you know, life is just so fleeting. Why am I going to waste all that good time when I could have just told you? Or I could have told you, I don't think you really want to know what I think. It doesn't matter what I think. And I know people didn't badger you. They badger you. Really, you don't want to know. Well, I'm going to step away. That's like you have to do, as we talked about with family gatherings. If you can only last 10, 15 good minutes, and you know that's your limit, there's nothing wrong with exiting stage left, because you don't want to compromise who you are because of the family dynamics. And you know, them family dynamics get this. It's like, I know this is Christmas, but you know, it's like a cauldron. And you stir in that pot, that black cauldron, ooh, it get real smoky in there. And so, you know, you have to be mindful and protect yourself at the same time. Thank you for joining us, AJ. Why so serious? Well, we ain't serious tonight, but we are serious. But I'm trying to add humor to it tonight because
Yeah.
I know this is a serious time, and people really struggle at many holidays. But we're in the winter. We're going into the winter season, end of the year, and anytime it's the end of the year, we don't know what the next year is going to bring.
True.
This was a political year. So we're getting ready to go into a new administration. We never know what the new administrations are going to bring to us. And so there's a lot of uncertainty and people are feeling some kind of way. And then you add the family dynamics onto it. Also, you get all the people up under the same roof. It can be a mess sometimes. But hey, that's just the way it is. You know my boy.
So
Some
then,
people
yes,
never
I know
change. It's
Tupac. So
Tupac. You
then,
right.
who are like? So who are you in the like in the situation, in the family dynamic? Like, which which person are you? Are you the one that arrives late, leave early? Are you because they do like the like you got the bougie family member, you got this person, that person.
So
Like, who are you?
I'm gonna be honest. I am typically there was a time in my life where I was the person that was early. And I don't know if I'm serious. I don't know if you recall that, but I was the person that was early. Whether
Yeah.
that meant I came the night before or I came early that morning, because my thought was always about assisting mama. But time has passed. I've grown. She said, I was married now. I'm not, guys. I'm quoting Color Purple now. I was not married. I was not married. But I've grown. Things have shifted, and it's not in my best interest, nor the people that live in the home's best interest. She just laughed. She asked me a question. She laughed. It's not in my best interest, nor their best interest for me to arrive early. And like Clint Eastwood said, a man or woman got to know the limitations. And I always quote because I think he's so right. And we don't, Dirty Harry. You don't really get what he's saying. You have to know your limitations.
Right.
20 years ago, 2 years ago, promises is all I heard. That worked. But wait a minute. That was 2 years ago. Fast forward. That doesn't work anymore because you're constantly evolving as a person who's going in. And if you're a child going to your parents or what have you, or to other siblings, you're growing, you're shifting.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, we often remember people where they used to be. Well, like I tell people when I'm working with the consulting relationship or I'm teaching, that was then, this is now.
Yes.
I know what I said there, but that no longer applies. Well, Dr. Smith, you just told me that yesterday. That was yesterday. Things have happened. I thought about it more. I may have gotten additional information. We're no longer there. You cannot get stuck. You have to be flexible. And so when it comes to family dynamics, you got to know your limitations and you got to learn to be flexible because everybody is not flexible. And I will say this, when you are hosting an event, and you know this, when I'm in charge of an event, I'm in charge of an event. And my goal is to make that event the best event it can be, even when it's my dinner parties or whatever. So I understand that as it relates to the hostess. And mama is the hostess with the mostest. And because I understand that the best thing I can do is to stay out her way. Because as being her sous chef, when I went to college and I would come home and we had our routine, everybody else had gone to bed and I would be up and she'd be making her potato salad, her macaroni, putting the macaroni and cheese together, not baking it at that point. But whatever it was, her greens, whatever she was doing, her dressing, because I had to taste that. Because mama's dressing is very different. And it's very good. I got to tell, well, yeah, we need some more sage. You need a little more pepper. You need a little salt. It's just different. It's very good. It's soft. You don't have to have gravy. It is very good. Oh my God, it's good. That'll put some pounds on you. but it's so good. And so I learned how to give her feedback. Well, I cook now. And I cook a lot of the way Mama cooks, because Mama never used fat meat, as she likes to call that fat meat. I didn't grow up eating fat meat because she seasoned things with mazola oil at that time. But I do things differently. Well, that's a conflict. Now she goes through this and she gonna say, "I cannot believe you said that was a conflict." Well, it's a conflict because you're accustomed to what you're accustomed to, and I'm accustomed to what I'm accustomed to. So the two don't mix. It don't mix. So you have to know your limitations. So what are you saying, Taz? Am I gonna give her what she needs to hear? Meaning, given the way she cooks her food, am I gonna give her feedback from that perspective, or am I gonna give her feedback from how I eat? Well, we eat two different ways. They're very close, but it's just a few little things that makes it different. And those few little things sometimes can be it can make it go left. And so,
Real
real quick. So this is real talk, real quick. So, my thing is to go back to your question. I've learned the power of love. Is that it? Is that the song I've learned? Is that who? I don't know. That's not Anita. Who sings it? Oh, power of love. I've learned to respect the power of love.
Yeah.
I'll let you. Is it Anita? No, that's not Anita. Is
No,
that
it's
Anita
not
Baker?
Anita.
Who is it, Anjay? But I've learned, but it's the right thing. Hopefully that is the lyrics. I've learned to respect the power of love. I've learned to respect how she does things in her house because that's her house. And so therefore, I'm not going to be too early. And I'm coming the day of. I'm no longer coming unless something just changes and I go the day before. But no, I've learned that because she's still preparing. She's still preparing. And to be quite honest, she's gonna say no, but that's okay. You still expect me to operate the way I operated all those years ago when I came home and you were preparing and I was helping you. And I'm not that person anymore. So as not to frustrate you, I'm gonna give you your kitchen. So I'm not in your way. And so that's who I am. I'm that person that's gonna come the same day now. I'm gonna try to get there about 30 minutes before. I might be there 30 minutes late because I'm gonna be banking on the fact that she's not quite ready. The food may be ready, but she's still doing a few other things, and I want to give her that time to get that stuff together without, someone being in the way. So that's the way I see it.
Well, I'm kind of like you. I feel like when I was younger, especially like in college, yes, I would come home, obviously, because I'll be on break. So I was there. And I guess like I basically took over where you left off. So yeah, I was that person that was there, days before, helping in any way that she needed help. Now
You're upset about that cake
now
that she told you about.
I'm like, honey, you might have to call and see what time is she coming. Is she coming? Oh, she coming.
Yeah.
But I come on my own time because, again, I know my family and I love my family. And because I know them and I love them, I have to interact with them in a certain way. And with that being said, I don't like to spend too much time. Because, sometimes you spend too much time and things go to the left real quick. So I get there just in time. So yes, I am that person that they call first thing Christmas morning. Hello, Merry Christmas. Are you up? I am not.
You're
I
not
am
up.
not.
Okay.
Why are you not up? Because I get to finally sleep in.
Yeah.
I don't have to be at work. So why am I up early? Kids ain't got to be in school. So again, why am I up early? I'm sleeping in. So no, please don't call me at 8, 9 o'clock in the morning and I don't have nowhere to be. I mean, I do have somewhere to be, but I ain't got nowhere to be at that time in the morning. So yes, I'm that person that I understand what time dinner is. I did go ahead and check to make sure that Starbucks was going to be open tomorrow because I'm going to need it on my journey
The
home.
Starbucks is going to be open.
It is. Starbucks is going to be open for a few hours. So I will definitely be hitting Starbucks up on the way to the house.
Okay.
So that's going to delay me. But I'll be just in time though, because see, I already know how that goes. I'm like you, I don't want to be in the way. And sometimes when you arrive too early, you be in the way. And see, then when you be in the way, and that person already has overexerted themselves because you know they bit off more than they can chew. And even though they was talking to you and you knew that while they were talking that they had bit off more than they can chew, but you didn't want to say anything because again, you knew if you said something,
Use a
you were
dream
gonna hurt they
killer.
well, I kill
Yeah, you
dreams. It's
kill
okay.
dreams. You kill dreams.
It's
That's
okay.
true.
I
You'll kill
kill
a dream.
dreams. I still love you. We may fall out,
You kill a
but we gonna
dream.
get back together. But I sure will. But I didn't kill her dream though. I let her talk. So that's how I already know how this is going to go. So that's why I say, I'm gonna get there just in time, and then I'm gonna stay late. I'm not gonna be late and then leave early like some people.
Okay.
If you know, you know.
Okay. Hey, Janice, thanks for joining us. Angelia
Um,
over here cutting up.
but I'm gonna be just in time, like for real. I'm gonna be just in time because again, you know, um, it's just like anytime we come together, it's never just to come in, sit down, and enjoy each other. It's always, you're being put to work, and I don't really want to do any work because again, I just felt like this could have been planned differently. But I'm not hosting.
Now we get to the real crux of
I'm
it.
not hosting, so
You don't want to do the
because
work.
no, because I feel like that menu was ridiculous. But again, if that's what she wanted, that's what she wanted. I'm like, the meme or whatever. I don't want Thanksgiving food for Christmas. No shade. And it's not
But
even
but
really
but
like,
understand, but you're really not because what she's having besides the turkey is not really what you had this Thanksgiving.
but that's only because we did Thanksgiving different this year and last year. No, usually,
I
it is
try to do
very,
better.
it is
That wears me out. I cooked all that stuff that year and actually used the child. I was in the hospital less than 2 weeks later, and it was out of work for
exactly,
3 months.
exactly. Like
I
you
did
be
too
doing
much.
the most. And that's why I'm like, who's coming to dinner? Like, we don't have to have turkey dressing, ham, chicken, and we just had that. Now I know we didn't have that again this Thanksgiving. And I mean we have that on the regular. Like I call it holiday food, but we eat like that on the regular. That's not just only for the holidays, okay?
Mm.
Like mama cook like that all the time. So but I'm like, for this particular occasion that we're talking about, we don't have to have that. We can definitely have something different and it's okay. But I think what it boils down to is that we get stuck in these traditions
Okay.
that this is what I want, this is what we've always had. And then when you try to switch it up, people get in their feelings because they go along to get along, but they really don't want to get along because it's not what they really want to have. Because I can remember that one year we did a seafood boil, and honey, we still had ham and turkey and some
I
dressing.
wasn't there, so I can't really speak to that. I can't really speak to that. That's like 2 years ago. I can't speak to that. But I was
Yeah,
told that the seafood broil was very good.
it was. And then we still had the usual, a little bit of the usual, not like a full spread, but still, it's like, it's okay to switch it up during the holidays. I promise you, like, it's not the end of the world. Like, you know how we used to start traveling during the holidays? Like, you know, for Christmas, we would go to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
The parents fell out. What you mean go to the beach? Because again, they used to be they used to being at the house. That was very hard for my daddy to understand because he like, I got to go to church. I'm like, sir, them church folks is not gonna miss you teaching Sunday school for one Sunday. I promise you, like, church is not gonna fall apart. Now some probably beg to differ, but church is not gonna fall apart just because you didn't go to church, you was at the beach. Okay, like, I don't know. Again, I think it's just that we create these traditions and we just don't want to switch it up when it's perfectly okay. Like, I think you need a little bit of razzle dazzle every now and then. Like, we don't always have to do the same old, same old.
Well,
Okay, like,
I'm sorry.
no, I'm just saying, like, things get old, things are boring. And I understand that our parents are older, so they like what they like. But I'm like, look, I'm going to give y'all, I say this every Christmas, but nah, for real. I'm going to give y'all this Christmas of being at the house. But next year, we going to have to go somewhere. We got to do something. Okay? Because, again, being at the house and people be ready to go before they even get there,
Well,
you know, it's such a waste.
well, OnJerya, I don't know about who be ready to go before they get there, but this
You
Christmas,
do.
I was thinking, Dennis was on. I was thinking about you were talking about traditions, and I was thinking about the Bible and how, if you think about it from this perspective, Christ had been they had been proclaimed that Christ, the Messiah, would come. But when the Messiah came, that changed traditions.
Right.
But we don't think about it from that perspective. When he went to the cross, traditions changed. You with me? Because
Yeah.
again, the way that we could become saved, all of that shifted once he went to the cross. Because he went to the cross for our sins. And then I think about where we get tripped up at. We crossed the Red Sea, but we couldn't
Mm-hmm.
let tradition go. Because when Moses went up into the mountains, or when he stepped away from the children of Israel, they reverted back to worshiping the idol gods, which would have been the tradition in Egypt.
True.
So what are you saying? Traditions have their place. And Felicia and I and Dr. Shonda and Tanique, we talked about the blending of the two, because
Right.
it's not, you have to honor history, because we're taught to honor our mother and father that our days may be long upon the earth. So you have to honor that, but at the same time, you're beginning new traditions. But the new
Right.
traditions are built on that foundation. And that foundation has to be dug deep, and it has to be sturdy so that the house doesn't crumble. So I think that, and all of this, because all of it makes sense that we're talking about, it's just, trying to give it to you in a light manner. It is hard to merge old and new.
It is.
It really is. In every aspect of life, it's a challenge, but it can happen. We just have to figure out how much of the old we're going to bring to the new. And you have to be very, very intentional about that, because too much old will bring down the new, because it won't stand a chance. And some of y'all gonna get there. You'll get it. You'll get it in February. Too much of the old stuff
Right.
will tear down the new. Too much of the old stuff will tear down your resolutions in January, because you're still bringing that old mentality, those things that didn't serve you well.
Right.
You with me now? Sweet pea, are you with me? So
Yes.
we have to find that balance. What are you about to say?
I mean, I agree we do have to find that balance, but I have to be open minded. And I think that's part
Absolutely.
of the problem is that we don't want to hear it. It's just
Well, it's
like
just hard for an old dog to learn new
it
tricks.
is. I
But
feel like
but why would it be hard for an old dog to learn new tricks? I just had a thought. I'm always thinking. Why would I mean literally now I'm talking about an old dog, a four-legged dog. Why would it be hard for an old dog to learn new tricks?
can they tell?
They tired.
They
They're
tired.
old.
And
They're old.
they like what they like because it's they're
Mm-hmm,
comfortable, it's familiar,
mm-hmm,
and they don't like changes. It's just like when you know you're in church, right? And so you have the generational gap, right, that you're trying to bridge because you have your seasoned people, see, your seasoned people who are like set in their ways. This is how we've always done it. But then you have your younger generation that's like, okay, we understand that's how you have always done it. There's nothing wrong with that. But can we just sprinkle a little razzle dazzle? And because it's not the norm, they're not comfortable with the sprinkling of that razzle dazzle, which leads sometimes to those younger members leaving because they feel like, their opinion doesn't matter. It's falling on deaf ears. So even with this, it's like I understand, but I also feel like it's not about you.
Who's it
See,
about?
that's the thing.
Who's it about?
It's about us,
That's who.
us, the people that got to endure these traditions that we no longer want. We're not kids. See, I think that's cute when we were like toddlers and in elementary school and high school, and we had to do that. Now we're adults. We don't want to do that anymore. Maybe I don't want to put on a Santa hat and sing Christmas carols. Real talk. Maybe I don't want to do that. They gonna get me. Love you. Maybe I don't want to do that. Maybe I want to play some music and have karaoke. Okay? Maybe I just want to have a conversation with you like we never have, just to be like, hey, what's new with you? I ain't seen you in a year and a half. How are you doing? Can we do that? No, we want to just, do what we've always done. And what happens is that people get turned off because we already know how the program gonna go. Like I can tell you clockwork how it's gonna go because I already know because how it always goes. But it should get to a point where we should be open minded, understanding that it's not just you. There's other people there too. And we should be allowed to incorporate, ideas. Now, I understand that some will say, well, I do give you those opportunities and y'all don't say anything. And I would be like, that's not always 100% true. Because there have been suggestions made and there's been no follow through. So again, it's like the Migos said, you got to walk it like you talk it. If we tired of the same old, then we got to put our money where our mouth is and make those things happen so that we can take what has been the norm and just add a little sprinkle on it. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, you know, I think sometimes we get caught up in is it the optics,
Mm-hmm.
like that we just go through the motion. Like we just come together, okay, da 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 da. Like there's no true fellowship. And I think that part is kind of missing. Because again, we just come together, eat, thank you, bye. instead of like coming together and understanding like what the purpose of this is. Yes, we know Jesus is the reason for the season, or whoever it is that, your belief is in. We understand that. But just being able to come together once again, I don't think we actually really focus on that, because it's a blessing when we are able to come together and the chain hasn't been broken, because a lot of people can't say that. And so, yes, I sit here and I say nobody wants to do that because we really don't want to do that. But don't let it break your heart. Just be opening your mind to be like, okay, well, maybe, like I said, I don't have a problem with singing carols, Christmas carols. But can we do karaoke? Can we make it fun? Can we make it more lively? Like, we don't have to have the songbook. Like, make our own Christmas carol. Just be silly, so that, again, people will want to come back. People won't be like I am. I just get there just in time so then I can leave on time because I done did what I needed to do, which was show my face and caca and keep it pushing. So, again, I'm excited about tomorrow. I don't know how this is going to be received when they watch it on replay. I love you. I, I don't mean it in like a negative way, but I just want us to just do more. That's it. Just do more. We can continue to do the same old, same old. Mama can have her same menu and tire her stuff out because that made her feel good. But just don't talk about it the day after or even the day of. Don't even talk about it because that was a choice. You chose to do that. But I know it makes her feel good. So that's why she does it, because it's like it's satisfying to her to know that she has done something for her family, if that makes sense.
Oh, absolutely. And Anjaya, I think as I try to summarize things a little bit, and as we come to a close, I think that's the real lesson. Because yes, if you're Christian, Jesus is the reason for the season, that light, and people shine their light so differently. And as those who are blessed to feel the warmth of the light, to see the brilliance of the light, we have to learn to accept the light the way that it illuminates. It may not be the way that you would want to illuminate, but it's the way that light illuminates. And as you know, I love my parents immensely, and I know I'm very fortunate to be my age, and my parents are healthy, and I thank God for that. And I think for me, the most important gift that you can give someone is time.
Yeah.
But I realize that people's love language is so many different ways that people express their love. And if time is what's going to thrill me, I have to understand time may not thrill them, but it doesn't mean that they love me any less. Right. They just demonstrate love differently. And, as children, we have to remember that even though our parents know that we have grown, we're adults, we have our own households, we may be married, we have children, for them, we're always going to be their child.
True.
And when we have traditions, it normalizes things for them. And sometimes that is a lifeline for them. Yeah, there's a song throughout the lifeline. I think it's a Christian song, it might be a hymn. Yeah, it's a lifeline for them. And as adults, we have to look at things a little differently so that when we interface with our loved ones, we interface always from a place of love and compassion. And as a friend of mine, coached me through some stuff last night. A listening ear. Because you can listen and not comment yes or no, nay or nay. And that sometimes is a gift for that person. So that means I may have to retool my mode of operating, how I think, how I would normally respond. But that's out of respect and love for that person. So, folks are going to come together throughout this holiday season. I wish for you and your families, loved ones, and friends hope, joy, the light of the world, um, that peace that passes all understanding, a heart of gratefulness, a heart of wonder and awe that we had when we were little kids, when we knew that he was coming, and we got to make sure you put some cookies and milk out for him. I wish that, because think about it. For some people, only once a year are they able to channel all of those feelings.
Yeah.
Once a year. So whether you're that person that does it once a year, or you get to be in the presence of somebody who does it once a year, be mindful, be grateful, be respectful, because life does happen, and you don't want to be at a place where you wish you had done things differently, because we can't turn back the hands of time. That R. Kelly, we can't turn it back. And so, just think about that as you go through this season. Anjaya and I will not be here on December 31st. I will make a post so you guys will know that we will not be going live, but we'll be back in January. And so from us, we wish you a Merry Christmas if you celebrate Christmas. If you celebrate another holiday, we wish you the best of that holiday. Happy holiday season. And we wish everyone a happy, happy new year. Please be safe. And of course, as you go through this holiday season, before you take care of anyone else, make sure you take care of yourself first. Bye now.
Bye.